There is a moment, just one moment, and after it, you can never go back to being who you were. Not death, not a breakdown, something smaller than that, and something much, much bigger. The Buddha called it entering the stream. And he said this: once you step in, no matter what you do after that, forget everything you learned. Stop meditating completely. Drown in pleasure for lifetimes. You will still reach liberation. 7 lifetimes. Maximum. Guaranteed. It sounds too good to be true. So the first question isn't, how do I get there? The first question is, if the threshold only takes one step, why has almost no one ever taken it? Ledi Sayadaw, one of the great Burmese meditation masters of the 20th century, estimated this. In 2,500 years of Theravada Buddhist history, across millions of practitioners, fewer than 1% ever crossed the first stage. Not full liberation, just the first stage. What does that mean? For someone sitting here right now, with a job, a family, a phone buzzing somewhere in their pocket, maybe more than you think. But to understand why, you first need to see the map that every tradition after it had to answer to. Zen, Mahayana, Vajrayana, whether they agreed with it or tried to leave it behind. This is the original, the control group. For every path that came after, the Buddha didn't describe enlightenment as a sudden flash of cosmic insight. He described it as cutting chains, 10 specific chains, sayajana, in Pali, binding you to the wheel of rebirth. They break in one order. Every time. No exceptions. You cannot skip chain 2 and land on chain 7. This isn't a moral rule. It's architecture. The first 3 chains are the foundation. Break them, and the other 7 begin losing their grip. Not instantly, but inevitably. Chain 1. Sakadāgāmī. Identity view. The lived belief that I am this body, this personality, this story. Someone criticizes your work. You feel attacked because you believe you are the work. The chain isn't the experience. The chain is the identification. This is the deepest chain, the root of all suffering. And right now, there's a good chance you're still inside it. Chain 2. Vicikiccha. Doubt. Not the kind that investigates. The kind that paralyzes. The voice that whispers, maybe this is all nonsense. Maybe I'm wasting my time. Chain 3. Silabbata paramesa. Attachment to rites and rituals. The belief that the technique itself will save you. If I meditate enough hours, enlightenment will just happen to me. 3 questions. Not to judge you. A mirror. Do you still believe you are this person? Do you still doubt whether this path actually works? Do you still believe technique alone holds some kind of magic? If the answer is yes to any of them, you haven't reached stage 1. And that's most of us. Here is where it gets radical. The Buddha said, once those first 3 chains break, identity view, doubt, attachment to ritual, something irreversible happens. You enter a current, flowing toward Nirvana. And from that moment on, no matter what you do, you could lose your way completely, abandon meditation forever, forget everything the Buddha taught. The current will not let you go. You're going home, whether you like it or not. The point of no return. In 1956, the Thai forest monk Ajahn Mun described his own experience of becoming a stream enterer. He said, it was like being struck by lightning. One moment, he was meditating on impermanence, watching sensations rise and fall. The next moment, the entire structure of identity collapsed as direct seeing. He said it like this: I looked for the self, the way you'd look for a person, in an empty room. I checked every corner. There was no one there. There never had been. And once you see that, not believe it, see it, the way you see your own hand in front of your face, you can never unsee it again. Identity shatters, and you cannot put it back together. The Buddha called this stream entry. Sota means stream. Apanna means entered. You've entered a current, moving toward liberation. Why a stream? Because once you're in it, it carries you forward. You're no longer swimming against it. The current is stronger than your effort. Sariputta reached stream entry after hearing only a few verses on impermanence. Ananda took decades to move from stream entry to full awakening. The current had them both. Try this right now. Not to believe, just to observe. Notice your very next thought. Don't chase it. Just watch it arrive. Watch it leave. Who is watching that happen? That question is the entire first chain. What actually changes? When those 3 chains break, identity view disappears. Not as an idea, as a lived experience. You still have a personality, memories, preferences, habits. You still answer to your name. The difference? You know it's a label, a convention, a useful fiction. Someone criticizes your work. You hear it. You register it. But underneath, there's no one left to take it personally. A stream enterer has at most 7 more human lifetimes, never 8, and they become incapable of willfully breaking the 5 precepts. Not from restraint. The impulse simply doesn't form. A question traditional teachers still use to verify this. Can you imagine killing someone? If yes, even hypothetically, you're not a stream enterer yet. Not to disappoint you. So you know exactly where you stand. No illusions. No self-deception. Here's where it gets dangerous, though. Many people have a powerful meditation experience, a moment of clarity, and mistake it for stream entry. Traditional teachers use 2 tests. Experiential. Have you directly seen the absence of self? Behavioral. Can you still willfully break the 5 precepts? Both have to be true. If right now, you still feel like someone, if there's still a solid sense of self, reading these words through your own awareness, you haven't crossed it yet. And that's most of us. This is where most serious practitioners stay for a very long time. Stage 2 isn't more peaceful. It's the most psychologically painful stage there is, because you're no longer ignorant. You've seen through the illusion of self. You know, there's no permanent you to protect or promote, but you're not free. You still crave pleasure. You still resist pain. And now, you watch yourself do it. The Pali texts use the lotus metaphor. At stage 1, you've risen from the mud. At stage 2, you've reached the surface. The stem is above water. The flower hasn't opened yet. You're making progress. You're not fully out. Chain 4, Kamaraga, sensual desire. Not pleasure itself. The craving for it. The pull toward it. Food still tastes good. Music still moves you. The difference? You're not enslaved by it anymore. You eat a good meal. You enjoy it. You're not already planning tomorrow's meal while eating today's. Chain 5, Vyapada, ill will. Not anger itself. The sustained wish for someone else to suffer. Anger still rises. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Irritation flashes. The difference? Within minutes. It's gone completely. Not suppressed. Dissolved. What makes this stage so hard? You're more conscious than ever. Consciousness reveals more suffering, not less. You see it happening clearly, and you still react. Before stream entry, you suffered without understanding the mechanism. After stream entry, you see the mechanism clearly, and you're still caught in it. Stop for a moment. Do you recognize this? The awareness that sees suffering so clearly, the patterns you can predict before they happen, and the inability to fully stop them. If you do, you're not alone. This is exactly where most serious practitioners are living. One more human lifetime, maximum. After this life, either you complete the path, or you're reborn in the pure abodes, realms, where only non-returners dwell. But the struggle continues. Until then, you act skillfully. Moments later, you watch yourself act unskillfully. The contrast gets sharper, which makes what remains more visible, more frustrating. Once you reach stage 2, you cannot fail. The path is set, and here is where everything breaks open. When those 2 chains are not just weakened, but completely eradicated, something final happens. You will never be human again. Not because you die, not because you escape into some kind of void, because the causes for human rebirth no longer exist. The craving for sensory experience, the reactivity to pleasure and pain, the push and pull, that generates karmic momentum toward embodied existence. Gone. The Buddha called this Anāgāmī, the non-returner, still embodied, no longer belonging here. And if that sounds peaceful, it also sounds a little terrifying. A non-returner might stub their toe, Pain shoots through the nervous system. The body recoils. But the mind stays unchanged. No irritation. No self-blame. No wishing. The moment we're different. Pain. Awareness of pain. No suffering. Wrapped around it. Be honest with yourself. Can you even imagine that state? No craving for pleasure. No aversion to pain. Complete equanimity. For most of us, it sounds impossible, even undesirable. We think desire is what makes life worth living. The Buddha said, this is when you finally see clearly, when the distortions of craving and aversion are removed, when the constant push and pull of reactivity dissolves. What remains is pure awareness, pure presence, pure freedom, still in the world, no longer bound by it. But even this isn't the end. 5 chains remain, the subtle ones, invisible, until the first 5 are already gone. Craving for existence itself, conceit, restlessness, and the root ignorance. Beneath all of it, to break these, you have to let go of everything, even the path, even the teaching, even the raft that carried you here. Because the Buddha said something most people never fully understand. Even enlightenment must be abandoned. In the Anāgāmī Sutta, he tells a simple story. A man on a journey comes to a wide stretch of water. This shore is dangerous. The far shore is safe. No boat, no bridge. So he gathers grass, twigs, branches, leaves, and builds a raft. He crosses safely on the far shore. He thinks, this raft has helped me so much. Should I carry it with me on dry land? What should he do? Leave it behind. The Buddha said, I have taught the Dharma, like a raft, for crossing over, not for holding on to. You spent lifetimes building that raft. You used it to cross an ocean of suffering. Now, standing on the far shore, you have to let it go. Even the path, even the practice, even the identity of being enlightened. Because if you carry it with you, if you hold on to being spiritual, you're still becoming, still identifying, still bound. Here's the paradox. Trying prevents arriving. As long as there's someone trying to become enlightened, as long as there's a self seeking liberation, the chain of becoming remains. This doesn't mean you stop practicing. It means, at some point, the effort itself has to be released. The seeker has to dissolve. That release can't be forced. It arrives when the conditions ripen. The one who has broken all 10 chains is called an Arahant. In the Pali Canon, the Buddha describes it in a single sentence. Birth is destroyed. The holy life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There is no more coming to any state of being. The work is complete. And here's what confuses people. Arahants still live. They still eat breakfast. They still feel pain. When they stub their toe, they still have a personality, memories, preferences. But something fundamental has ended. The one experiencing the sense of I, the not, at the center of everything, has come undone. One last question. Would you even want this? No craving, no becoming, nothing left to achieve. For most people, it sounds like death, like the end of everything meaningful. The Buddha said, this is the only real life, not controlled by craving, not pushed by fear, not pulled by desire, not bound by becoming. Complete freedom. Most people can't imagine it. Most people, if offered it, probably wouldn't choose it. Maybe that's exactly why the path gets narrower. At every single stage of those who walk it, few reach the first stage. Of those who reach the first, fewer reach the second. Of those who reach the second, fewer reach the third. Of those who reach the third, fewer still ever become an Arahant. Nothing left to fix, nothing left to become, nothing left to protect. Just this. So what does this ancient map mean for people living right now? Most of whom will never become monks. Most of whom will never sit in retreat for months or years. We have jobs, mortgages, families. We're not renouncing everything, shaving our heads, and spending decades in a Burmese monastery. So is this whole map just beautiful mythology? No. Even aspiring toward the first stage changes how you practice. You have a clear target. Break the first 3 chains. See through identity view. Eliminate doubt. Release the belief. That technique alone holds magic. The 10 chains. Let you assess yourself honestly. Do you still believe you are this person? Do you still doubt whether the path works? Do you still crave pleasant experience? You can know exactly where you stand. No ambiguity. No self-deception. Most people who think they're progressing aren't. In the 20th century, Burmese meditation masters said something revolutionary. Lay people can reach stream entry, 10-day intensive retreats, systematic insight practice, continuous observation of mind and body. Thousands of practitioners traveled to Myanmar, sat those retreats, and reported profound shifts. The current is already there. The map has already been drawn. The chains are already clear. The only question left is, how long will you keep pretending you're not already in it?